I'm Flora and I'm a service user. I would have suffered from depression and anxiety, and still anxiety would be in my life sometimes, and it can be quite debilitating. It can stop me from doing things that I want to do or I'd like to do, and the key principles which I've learned through therapy, and constant reminders from community organisations that I would have attended, are number one, to connect with people, because when anxiety hits, you don't want to be around anybody because you feel awkward. You feel like, God, they're going to see what I'm like. I don't want them to see what I'm like. So connecting is lifting the phone. If that's all you can do, is lift the phone to a family member or a friend, or indeed, the services. And that takes courage sometimes when you're not feeling well, you're not feeling on top form. It takes a lot of courage to pick up the phone. And I was saying to my therapist, I've got nothing to talk about. How can I ring people and I've got nothing to talk about. So I decided that I was going to learn, which is one of the key principles of wellness. I was going to learn how to cook shortbread. So I got into the kitchen, started cooking, actually started to feel better about myself. The anxiety levels were going down, and there was a lot of things in that. It took my mind off my anxiety. It was an activity. I was able to take notice of what I was doing because I had to concentrate to get the recipe right. And then I gave them away. So, in just that one activity, I was active. I was taking notice. I was learning something new, and I was also giving. The final one, which is so important, is exercise. I would do yoga at home. I would do stretches, because the anxiety and the stress, it builds up in your body. So you feel like, you're just all completely tensed. So yeah, exercise for me too is so important. Relieve that tension, and taking notice of my surroundings, taking notice of how I'm feeling. Meditation, it's great. It just put one on a video on YouTube. There's thousands of them. And my final one, I know it's not included in the wellness, the 5 steps to wellness, but I think for me, I need to celebrate my little achievements. My achievements of getting over an anxiety attack, and celebrate that, I was able to lift the phone, I was able to get active, I was able to start taking notice, I was able to learn something new, and I was able to give. And do you know what? This just doesn't apply to me, a service user. This applies to the CEO of a large company. This applies to the cleaners in a hospital, the nurses, you know, the chief executive, the, you know, all these people. It doesn't exclude anybody, you know, we all need to be doing this. And I'm going to celebrate now that I was actually able to do this video, because that was a big thing, major for me. So thank you for listening.